volunteers. Welcome to Period 4 News. Old time news, now. I'm Ollie Sundance here with my co-anchor, Ernest Heaven. What's the word, Ernest?
Thank you, Lonnie. Tonight is a special edition of Period 4 News. The Royal Wedding.
Here we are at the historic wedding between Marie Antoinette and Louis XVI. I now pronounce you man and wife.
We have our European correspondent, Ahmed Brundajinaman Gitschmidjagoo. What's going on, Ahmed?
We got a new king!
Thanks, Ahmed. Any other news?
We got a new queen, too!
Thanks, Ahmed. That's all for today from Period 4 News. Old news today. Good evening, Madame and Monsieurs. Tonight we have some disheartening news from France with the reign of Louis XVI. Here's Chris Peacock with some facts about his reign.
This season's crops have failed, causing a drastic shortage of bread. Adding to this distress, King Louis XVI is not a good king, with taxes and other tomfoolery. While we all starve, the royal family is living extravagantly at Versailles. In the Estates General, we, who have 97% of the population, only have one vote, while the clergy and nobility also have one vote, making us always overruled.
Thank you, Chris. Now let's turn to Ahmed on the scene in the streets of Paris.
This bread cost 200 francs!
Thanks, Ahmed. Any other news?
They're taking my bread!
Thanks, Ahmed. Now let's go back to Chris Peacock with his special investigation at Versailles.
Thanks, Lonnie. Here we are at the beautiful Palace of Versailles, where our tax money is hard at work. Let's talk to some people strolling around the garden. Good morning, sir. Can I talk to you about your plans for today?
Yes. Well, today, I'm gonna go for my walk around the garden, then I'm going to eat, drink, and party.
Well, there you have it, folks. While you all suffer, the people at Versailles are eating, drinking, and partying. Back to you, Lonnie.
What an eye-opening report, Chris. Well, that's all for today from Period 4 News. Old-time news today. Bonjour, and welcome to Period 4 News. Old-time news today. I'm Lonnie Sundance here with my co-anchor, Ernest Heaven. What's going on, Ernest?
Thanks, Lonnie. Today we'll be covering the shocking news from the Estates General. King Louis called all these states together for an urgent meeting. Let's go live to the assembly with Ahmed. What's going on, Doug?
The king wants to tax us!
Oh, that's not good. Is anything else happening?
The people are mad!
Here's Ernest reporting on the new National Assembly at the tennis court.
Thanks, Chris. Behind me, the Third Estate is assembling on a tennis court. They were recently kicked out of the State General meeting, so they marched over to this tennis court and called themselves the National Assembly. The Assembly had a written document called the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen. It gives all men the rights of liberty, equality, and fraternity. That's all from here. Back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Ernest. We'll break from him to cover the breaking news in Paris. Just now we've received word that a large group of peasants is now storming the Bastille in search of weapons.
Oh no! We win!
Wow, that was some amazing amateur footage of what appears to be what is going on at the Bastille in Paris. Now, let's turn to Lonnie with an in-depth interview with one of the attackers.
Thanks, Chris. Can you tell me what just transpired over there?
Well, you know, I was just sitting there with my friend. We took a nice stroll. The bad guys, out of nowhere. We went in, looked for weapons, there was none. Had to resort to my lightning bolt, threw them, and we won.
Could you tell us what exactly you found in there?
Nothing but prisoners, and a new skill for throwing lightning bolts.
There you have it. Prisoners. Back to you, Chris.
Good work, Lonnie. That concludes our broadcast for tonight. Period 4 News. Old-time news. Today.
Bonjour, and welcome to Period 4 News. Old-time news. Today. Now let's go back to Chris Peacock with his special investigation at Versailles.
Thank you, Lonnie. As you may have heard, recent elevation and frustration towards Louis XVI has caused a march on Versailles. Thousands of women are now standing outside the palace, all wanting the same thing: justice.
Good evening. I'm Lonnie Sundance here with Period 4 News. Old-time news today. Here's my co-anchor, Chris Peacock. What's new, Chris?
Thanks, Lawman. We just received word that the king has been spotted near Austria. Here's Aidan on the scene.
The king tried to escape!
Thanks, Aidan. Anything else?
Well, we're going to send him back to the Tuileries, where he can resume his legislative duties. Back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Aidan. Well, there you have it. Our own king trying to leave us. Back to you, Lonnie.
Shocking news is now developing at the Palace of the Tuileries. Upon Louis' return, the people have rumored that he is plotting to get allies against France. The people, so outraged, decided to storm the palace and capture Louis and Marie Antoinette. This, my friends, is a great day.
Escape!
Sure. Welcome to Period 4 News. Old-time news, now. I'm Ernest Heaven, here with my co-anchor, Lonnie Sundance. What's the word, Lonnie?
Thank you, Ernest. Today we'll be discussing what is now being called the September Massacres. The new revolutionaries in control have become paranoid about people being against the revolution. With the invention of the guillotine, disposing of anyone who could remotely be against them is made easy and clean. A staggering amount of people have been executed recently.
Bonjour, madams and monsieurs. Welcome to Period 4 News, old-time news today. I'm Chris Peacock here with my co-anchor, Lonnie Sundance. Lonnie?
Today we'll be covering the executions of Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette. We have worked hard so far, and today we will finally be rewarded. Here's Ernest on the scene of the execution.
And now the moment we've all been waiting for.
Go.
Wow, amazing. That's all from tonight from this shocking episode of Period 4 News. Old time news.